So I call my bestie up and I'm like, yo, B, you know him? And she said, I know him real bad. That's my man. I said, your man? That's my man. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sheneva Nicole. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I do all things girly over here. Story time, fashion videos, hair videos, whatever, blogs. Yeah. So anyway, child, let me get into this story time. So I wrote everything down, so if you see me looking at my phone, that's what I'm looking at. But today's story time is about the time me and my best friend was dating the same guy. This happened when I was in 9th grade, which was either 2011 or 2012, something like that. Probably was 2012, because I graduated from 8th grade in 2011. Then I went to high school, and so technically it was in between the years. You know how school works. So I went to Parkway Center City in Philadelphia, and the school is in Center City, which is like downtown. So it's like I'm gonna meet people from all parts of the city. So, you know, all races, all that. Like, I remember I found out that the school that I went to was a school with no walls. So that means you go to different places, different locations, like every day. They lied. Once I got there, we was in a building because it was the first year. That was like the second year or first year they got a building. So we shared with another school. It was business and tech, which like they was closing down the next year. So my 10th grade year, the school will be not there no more. So we were taking over that building. So like where the gym was on the 3rd floor, I believe. That's the only place both of the schools would meet. The bells would go off in the school, like for the next class. It was for the other school, it wasn't for us. We couldn't go on the 2nd floor because that was their floor. They got out before we did. My school, we got out the latest, which was 3:30, compared to all the other schools in the neighborhood, which was a school across the street. It was the school in Franklin, I think. But Ben Franklin, Business and Tech. What's that school with that weird purple? It's a school that wear purple. I forget what it is. But them, it's like a bunch of schools around that area. So we got the latest because they didn't want the schools to mix, which is stupid because we in the same building as them. But they didn't want the schools to mix. They want people to get in trouble. They want people to fight and all that. The girls was fighting. I'm sorry, it was true. That was what was happening. So we got out at 3:30, but they said 3:29. But that's 3:30. I remember one day I decided to walk home, and I used to do this often, and my mom used to tell me not to do this. But I used to walk home. Mind you, I get on 2 buses to go home from school. And I had to get on the 43 bus, and I had to get on the 48 because I live in North Philly. And everybody was like, get on the train, get on the train. I'm like, girl, that's stupid. I'm not getting on the train. I'm not getting on the bus. So back when I lived in the area I lived in, the only way that I can get home was the bus. It made sense. I was getting off the bus, and I would live right there, so it makes sense. Instead of getting on the train, there's no train stations around there, so stupid. So I remember I was waiting for the 43. That bus never come. If anybody know that from Philly, that bus do not come. It's a short bus, which it should be a double bus because it's coming from what, South Philly, Southwest, or something like that. So it would take forever to come to where my school is. So sometimes I would walk to school, sometimes I would walk home. Well, not necessarily walk home, walk to the 48 bus stop. That was like maybe 10 or 9 blocks or whatever. This day it was hot, it was warm. Matter of fact, it was warm. It probably was like September, you know, it's still like a little warm. I think it was like September or October, so I might have had a sweater on. I used to wear a bunch of like cardigans and sweaters and all that. I thought I was like making my uniform look cool, but no. I mean, we had a bunch of school colors anyway, so I could switch up the colors, but I thought I was doing a little something with little cardigans, but that wasn't it, girl. But I remember I was walking, and I think I was on a phone. Was it on a phone? I don't know. But I know I either had music on, because I always listen to party music. I was a dancer. So I always used to listen to music or be on the phone with somebody when I would walk, because I need something to distract me. I don't feel comfortable just like being like I'll be panicking. I don't know. So I had something going on, but I didn't have my music blasting because I need to pay attention to my surroundings. So I remember I was walking up the street. He was coming back towards the school because they got out early. I think they got out at 2 o'clock. We got out at 3:30. So I was going this way. He was going this way. And he seen me. This boy. He was brown skin. He had a curly top. Curly tops was real in back then. Yeah, he wasn't that tall, but he wasn't short because I was like 5 feet around that time. And we gonna call him Jay. And I seen Jay. I'm like, oh, he's attractive. But I remember seeing him in the school, so I knew he went to the other school in my school building. And I'm paying him no mind though. I had walked by and he was like,
how you doing? And I'm
like, oh, okay. So I still was walking, paying him no mind. Tell me why he started following me to my other bus, and I was a little alarmed because that's a little extreme if I ain't say nothing to you. And he proceeded on following me halfway there. So he walked majority of the blocks. Like I was literally almost at the bus stop, and I was getting a little worried because I'm like, I don't want him to see what bus I got on because I don't want him to like know where I'm going or whatever. I mean, I'm pretty sure he don't know where the buses are, like where they all go, but I didn't want him to know where I go. And like, I don't know, I don't trust him and I don't know him, so of course I was worried. And then
just like, yo, give me your number, give me your Instagram.
I just made an Instagram on that time. I was popping on Instagram too. I was getting them likes, child. I was getting 400 likes back then, and that's a lot for what, 2012. That's a lot of likes. So he was like, I gotta get your Instagram, I gotta get your phone number. I just gave him my phone number. I think I gave him my Instagram. I gave him my phone number, and I'm like, okay, that's a little strange. Like he putting on a little too thick. And usually when someone's attractive, they don't gotta do that much. Oh, mind you, I forgot to say this. I told y'all I was in 9th grade, right? He was in 12th grade. What do you want with a little girl? He was 18 years old, and I was what, 13, 14? Like I was young. Like, I mean, I was developed, yes, but I was a child. I was a minor, and you're technically an adult now, and you was looking at me. So that's a very important man, and I forgot to say that. But yes, he was in 12th grade, and then that he started calling me like at night. He would call me all the time. Like he started calling me every night, and we would talk or whatever. And I think he tried to start FaceTiming me or something, but I don't think I had no iPhone. Did I have an iPhone? No, I didn't have an iPhone yet. But I had like a iPad or something. I had something. Oh, I had an iPod. So he would kind of FaceTime me on that, or like he would call me on my regular phone. Like we wouldn't talk that long because what is we talking about? But he definitely would call me and like be flirting and all that, like talking about I'm pretty and all that. I know. So that ended up phase me when dudes was talking about that. Like I know, like no conceited, but I mean, no, you gotta love yourself first. So I remember he would see me in school. He would speak, but it would be like so slight. Like it would be like,
hey, like,
because the only time they told us we wasn't supposed to interact with them, like the other school, like we were not supposed to interact. The only time we would actually see them, because our class times were even different, like so where they would go to lunch or they would go in the hallway, and then we would go into the hallway. So they make sure they all in the classroom before we see them. The only time we would see them is when it was gym, because we shared the same gym, of course. And they would some classes they'll have them in lines walking to the gym, and they didn't want us to speak to them. So he would speak and he would get in trouble, but he would be speaking to me or whatever. He's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm fine, or whatever. I'm taking this real cute or whatever, but I'm like, I'm not taking him serious, but it's like, it was getting to the point that he was just like making it seem like he was about to be my man. That's what it was giving me. He was about to be my man. So I started noticing he talking to other girls besides me in the building. Cause like I said, we wasn't supposed to be speaking to each other at the schools. But I started peeping like how he was speaking to me in the hallway. He would be speaking to other girls in my class in 9th grade, he would still be speaking to them, and I'm just like, oh, okay, maybe he knows them or something. But it seemed like flirting, like the same way he was talking to me. And I'm like, I mean, I can't control him, he's not my boyfriend, but I definitely peeped, and I'm not stupid. I was never young and dumb. And so, since I had his Instagram, something tell me, look through this man's stuff. I didn't have his Instagram, like his page. I had his Instagram, like, he like follow me on Instagram. So I would look through his stuff or whatever. And it was giving me like a bunch of girls was commenting, a bunch of girls was saying stuff. So I'm like, okay. And then I found his Facebook. Facebook is the key. And I noticed on Facebook, he's following my best friend. He's following multiple girls in my grade that's in my school, and he was following people that was went to my old school. So I'm like, oh, this dude popular, like he know a lot of girls that I know. So I'm like, that's strange. So I call my bestie up and I'm like, yo, B, you know him? And she said, I know him real bad. That's my man. I said, your man? That's my man. What do you mean that's your man? I talk to this man every night. You know what she said? Child, me too. Like, me too. That's my man. I said, I know you lying. But she wasn't lying. And she showed me, like their messages. That was him. That was Jay. That was for sure Jay. And I'm like, alright. You try to play me for a fool. She said she had found him through Instagram, I think. And they was talking on social media. They never met each other. And we were just telling each other like the stuff that he was saying to us. And like literally, when I tell you this man was saying the same exact things to us, like young dumb 9th graders, like he was telling us the same exact stories, the exact same like how he want to talk to us. Like he was saying the exact same thing. It's like he was copying what he was saying and then sending it out to multiple girls. Like that's what it was giving me. So I went and said something to him. I'm like, you talk to B, and I see that you following a lot of girls in my class. And he was like,
that's just my friends. That don't really matter, you know. You're the one I really like. I really like you so much, and you're so pretty, and blah, 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 blah.
trying to gas the girl up. But there's no need for gas, honey. There's no need for gas. And I'm like, you think I'm stupid. And I kind of stopped talking to him. But then somehow he ended up writing me and he was like telling me, like, I don't know, he was just a good talker. I'll tell you that. He was a really good talker. And I was in 9th grade, so I was young. So it was like, it's not saying that he was manipulating me and that I was slow, but I was just young-minded a little. Like, I was very mature, but I was still young. So it was just like, he was good at talking. And then the story get deeper, child. I noticed when I went back on his Facebook, because this just wasn't the end of the story for me. I'm sorry. You never play me for a fool. And I noticed this girl I went to middle school with, like she's older than me. So I think she went to middle school with me and my best friend. But she was in a higher grade. I peeped that he followed her too. And I went and clicked on her page. I don't know what made me click on her page, on her Facebook page, but I clicked on it. And when I tell you, they were booed up in pictures on her page. Like they're in the park, they taking pictures like this, they taking pictures kissing, they taking pictures hugged up, like they got like a bunch of pictures of them kissing. So it ain't even no denying that that's your friend, that's your cousin. Yo, y'all kissing. And it just was like, oh, so you have a girlfriend and I know her and she is your age, but you're talking to like 10 9th graders. Like, what are you doing? Like, I can't stand cheaters. It's so dumb. Like just break up at that point. Like, what's the point? Like, I don't know if you thought he was about to get some young things, but you wasn't about to get this one. So I stopped talking to him again, and he came back again talking about some oh, I don't know why you stopped talking to me. I said, 'cause I found out you had a girlfriend. And you talked to my best friend. And you talked to like 5 girls in my class. And I seen you do it. He don't know I seen it. But one time I was standing at the 43 bus stop. Usually, like I told y'all, I walk it. But sometimes I don't feel like it. I noticed across the street, he was talking to this girl. And like he didn't see me. He didn't see me. And I noticed it was a girl that was in my class or whatever. She was walking down the street. I think she went to the store like up the street or something from the school. He walks up and he goes and hugs her, and it seemed all like lovey-dovey, mind you. We're in 9th grade, and I'm just like, he tried to play me for a fool, but I'm not that one. And I really think my best friend still was talking to him too, even though we both found out that he was talking to us. And it was even a time that he FaceTimed her, and I was right there, and he was in shock, and he looked as stupid with his little grape head, and he hung up. Like, looks ain't gonna get you that far. But basically, that's the end of the story. That's the time me and my best friend found out we were dating the same guy, and we was in 9th grade, and he was dating like 10 girls in my school. Play with your mama, not me. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and you follow all my social medias down below. I just started a new business. It's a hair business, so make sure you go follow that. Instagram, and my website will be coming soon. Everything will be coming soon. I'm really working on it. I have another business that I've been working on. A lot of people know, but not YouTube, but it's a beauty business, and that will be coming out soon too. It's just my hair business will come out first. So if you're looking for some really good hair, make sure you go down in the description, follow all my pages, all my social media. Bye.